Well, welcome. Boom. Episode 7.
I am stomping at the bit over here to get to the meat of this episode.
And let me just tell you, it was a meat fest. It was a buffet of like a rack of lamb, ham,
a ham hock,
a
whole olive
side
loaf,
of beef,
an entire olive loaf.
Yeah, it was nonstop action. It was almost like they thought, what did the audience feel after the last episode? And they probably knew that we felt calm, sedate. Mm-hmm. I mean, even though there was upheaval and the Marauders coming forth and attacking.
Yes,
Escape brought a peacefulness, and I think they thought next episode we should just shake it up. And I think they did.
Shake them out of their cages.
Shake them up.
And they did.
Taylor Swift had a song about that too. Shake 'em up. Shake 'em up. Yeah. It was a big hit. She's very big on Ellen. I don't know why.
Ellen
DeGeneres, the TV show Ellen. She gives things away.
Oh, you know
very
how I
generous.
Feel about, I can't even. Whatever.
You don't care about Ellen. You don't care for Ellen so much.
You know how I. Whatever.
Yeah. You don't care
That's
about her.
for
Is
another.
It because she's
I don't think
blonde?
it's because it's.
In addition to.
We can,
Yeah, later.
Tweet at me.
You know what? We're trying to stay away from
Pooch
politics.
me. Tweet me. You know where to find me on Facebook. And,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We can talk about it.
Hey,
there.
Facebook. Speaking of, we've got business.
We do have the business.
All right. Why don't you get us started? What do we have?
Well, on the Zag page on Facebook, we
have over 20 subscribers or like people that have checked in.
Yeah, we're up to 22.
22. Okay. All right. I like to say
so
K.
Here is just top comment with the most likes. That's the way we're doing it now.
Oh, yeah. We have to because we can't read everyone.
We're just going to go in order of likes. And we
the
actually,
most relevant.
A lot of people don't know this, but to keep it organic, to keep it fresh on the air, we don't read these.
No, I find the most relevant. I give them to you. You find relevance, give them to me. So it's very fresh.
Yeah, that's the idea.
I like to say our cast is fresh. Fresh.
You do say that.
I say it a lot.
Hey, Johnny. Oh, right to me.
Right to you. And that's
Are
why I picked
you more or less stupid than Jane? Hashtag Govitapaloozers. Govit up losers.
Do you think they meant give it up?
But it's with a U, and there's no E.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this question
I think it's
back to them.
It's like the governor's ball.
Oh. Well, I'd also throw it back at them and say, well, who's the stupid one now? Because gov doesn't mean a thing.
Hello, governor.
Hey, governor. Governor. I love that when they say that. Well, I don't know how to answer the question.
Top of the morning, governor.
You do a really great Irish.
I have a lot of Irish in my background.
Do you? I checked on Ancestry just to see where Al was really from because he's 100% German.
Yeah.
But he's also a little Austrian. And I did my own and found out that I'm extremely
Austria
New Zealandy.
Well, that
makes
sense.
Very specific. It
You're
does,
right next to each
other. Because I
other.
have a New Zealander look.
The both of you are from down under.
Well, Austria and Australia are different, though, I heard.
Oh, I'm thinking of Australia.
Yeah, you're thinking of
always do
Australia. That's where that really great. That's where those really great nature people were from. But the one guy died.
Crocodile Dundee.
No, well, he may have died. No, I'm thinking about the guy.
This is a knife.
Right. No, I'm thinking about the guy who always went into nature and tried to
You're thinking of
save
Crocodile Dundee.
animals that weren't in danger.
You always
and
do
then
this.
he got stung by like a
It's
fat
Crocodile
fish.
Dundee.
No, I think it's Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, I think that was his name.
Well,
Anyway, his
maybe
kids
that's his
are
born name, but-
coming of age and they're taking over the whole safari thing. You know what I mean?
All right, I found the second most liked comment.
Excellent.
On Facebook there.
Oh, and it's here? All right, no username really.
I've been trying to do...
Yeah.
I don't want people to be on the air if they don't want to be on the air.
Oh, okay,
I think
so
there's a
we're
lawsuit
respecting the
there.
privacy. All right, this Facebook post says, Bobby died Bobby died, Bobby died, Bobby died, Bobby died. Bobby died. Oh my God, Bobby died. What the hell, Johnny?
Well,
Bobby didn't die. Is this a spoiler?
wait, you saw the
Yeah, and he didn't die in the episode.
I would say
At most, he was maimed.
Come on, you think he's going to survive?
What they can do now with reconstruction and putting things back, a head can be put back on.
No,
I think it's medically possible now.
But this is maybe now.
Right?
I'll give you a pig head or something, but they
Johnny,
don't
are
even
you saying
have
like back then? Because I think they're in the future.
I know, but
they should have more science, not
the same
less.
sort of hospitals that we have.
All right. Well, Bobby. No spoiler, but I guess we'll get to it. Bobby does sustain an injury.
A very severe injury.
A severe injury, but his death is not definite.
We don't see him on screen
we don't see him
die.
expire.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm troubled by the post, but I'm going to respect it and say kudos
We'll
to
talk
you.
about it. We'll go over it later
Yeah.
when we review the episode. But I'm going to say thanks for the comment.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thanks for the input. Feedback's always welcome.
We always appreciate it.
Always.
Always
What
trying
else
to
have you
get
got,
better.
Johnny, in terms
I've got
of
a couple
business?
tweets.
Okay.
You want to read tweet 1 or tweet 2?
I'll take tweet 2.
She's going to take tweet 2. I'll take tweet 1. This
Tweet
is
1.
the most retweeted.
Ah,
This has 3 retweets, so
That
people
is
are
the most
interacting with our content.
we've ever had.
This is
We
from
should celebrate. I'm going to get a glass of some great liquor.
some Spinnaker.
Spinnaker. Pittsfield's own Spinnaker. I might get that.
It's hard to get. You can't legally
Right, but
find it.
Al has a way.
He always has a way. Anyway, this is from @Zag Sack. I know this is a common commenter. This is frequent that we're
Probably a constant listener. Probably has listened to every episode. So thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Tuned in to hear you guys, and you weren't there. You suck bomb. You suck
Expletive.
testicles. I hate you. Die, bit.
Female dogs. Just use a better word.
It's hard to get through some of this. I hate you. Die.
Female dogs.
Why don't
Beep,
you?
beep. Yeah.
Why
Just
don't
beep
you-
it out.
Why don't you something a duck and call it a day?
Eat a duck?
No, it's the one I was beeping out.
Oh, okay. All right. Why don't you that a duck and then what?
Call it a day.
Call it a day.
Hashtag no hard feelings. So
Oh.
this is just someone who wants to hear the podcast.
They want more. You know what? This sounds like the ranting of a child who has had their candy taken away. And we are the candy, Johnny.
The number of times my kids tell me that I suck balls. I mean,
I can
gotta
see
get
girls saying that,
oh,
but I can't see Zeus saying much to you. I think he's afraid.
well, Zeus doesn't say much. It's gotten worse. Anyway, he's not saying a lot these days. But Thor just the other day.
Are you talking about Big Lip?
Yeah, big lip. The problem is it's swelling.
Have you guys taken Zeus to the doctor yet? Because I think they could treat Big Lip.
I don't know. We're trying this new thing. It's about, it's not a problem if you don't treat it like a problem. So much of what kids go through, I think, is perceived. And it's
Johnny,
sort of
his lip protrudes.
No. I know that there's a physical.
I don't know if he could wear a space astronaut's helmet and not have a problem shutting the window to keep the oxygen.
But I think it's inflammation. I think if we tweak the diet and lower the inflammation and just be positive, just keep it positive, then, I don't know, we're trying it out.
Well, God bless you guys. That's it. You know what? You and Judith both get Parent of the Year as far as I'm concerned. You have not ridiculed or mocked Zeus at all.
Not in front of him.
Right. And that's the main point, the perception.
Well, we got a second tweet. Now, this has 2 retweets, so this is hot on the heels.
Right.
This
right.
after we read it on the air, it might get more interaction.
It might get more. It's from I don't understand these handles. I think that's what they call them. But from @JBopDoWop doodle. Yeah, that's
J-wop,
stupid.
doo-wop, a doodle.
Oh, well, it's fun when you say it, though.
J-bop, a doo-wop, a doodle.
All right. I am now a fan of the handle. Anyway, it says, hey, have you two ever thought about going on the road and never coming back?
We've talked about going on the road.
We have. We've thought about live shows.
I think this person's thinking
Take it on the road. Take it on the road.
And I think we could do a blend.
Right. Yeah. I forgot the hashtags. I'm not good at this, but it says hashtag good riddance you blow. Good riddance you blow. Good riddance. Maybe it means good luck as you go if we're going to go on the road. That sounds
There's so much
right.
regionally that is different. This person could be from California or Texas or
Also, another hashtag, no hard feelings. That's the same one from yours. Maybe no hard feelings is trending when it comes to Zag because people have strong,
hard feelings.
Yeah, they sure do.
And we got one pooch.
One pooch.
I'll finish this up with the pooch here. This is from @Liz. I think we all know who that might be.
Oh, yeah.
No way the.
And is there another pooch?
Nope.
Well, maybe next week. We'll find out what they meant.
I'm in suspense. No way the what?
No way the.
Well, maybe we can. We'll finish it. We'll finish it on our own.
Yeah.
Because she's probably talking about the episode. She's talking about what happened.
Yeah.
So I would say, if I were to finish this pooch, it would be no way the Marauders are the bad guys.
Oh, my God. Johnny, are you insane? Of course they're the bad guys.
I think it's too obvious. I think it's.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they.
So you think it's going to turn around?
They have this wounded marauder now, and I think they're starting to see maybe a different side of the story.
You know what, Johnny? Now that you say that, I'm starting to wonder. Like, what if we have Stockholm syndrome, and we're okay with the skiffies, but they're bad?
Yeah.
Last episode we said they were a lot like prison guards. Since when are prison guards great?
I can tell you that I have a cousin who's a prison guard. Mm-hmm. Well, jail. It's just in the jail. And when I had to spend a weekend there with him, my own cousin, I mean, he was a jerk.
They can be really rotten. And it's odd. I tried to start a petition on petition.com to get that whole thing eviscerated from your record because Judith stabbed you. And that's what I don't think people understand.
I know. Well, I think people who know me understand what happened.
Right. And you don't get a big stab in your back from attacking someone with your back.
No, I know. It was a whole...
And
Judith, she spent longer than the weekend.
No hard feelings.
Of course, we're stronger for it now.
You are stronger together.
We're not ashamed to talk about it.
No.
And she did spend longer than a weekend.
Well, she was in there for a month, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're the stabber, they say.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But yeah, and in terms of the prison guards,
I could have put my pants on. I said this to the judge. I could have put my pants on as I ran out of the house, but
I'm sorry, but you got a knife in your back. I think the last thing you're thinking about is like whether I should run out of the house in what I'm wearing or not wearing, or whether you should just get the heck out. I think they should have taken it into consideration.
These days, I'm always wearing something to cover.
Yeah, you got to.
You just never know.
You got to cover the family jewels if you don't want to be a fool. So that's what they say now in Pittsfield because of your incident.
Yeah, that was my mistake. I own it.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was an embarrassing time for everyone. Ago. Oh yeah, well last year.
I think it's 2 years now, calendar-wise.
Right. Memory-wise, it was like yesterday, but we don't.
But on the calendar,
we'll move
so
on.
It's like technically a year and a few months, but because
of the
calendar,
Cyrillic. Yeah.
Because of the Cyrillic calendar. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Huh.
So the prison guards. Also, Orange is the New Black has a lot of prison guards, and some of them are just nasty.
That's a show I've never watched it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
You know me. What do I watch?
Yeah.
Ice Road Truckers.
Right.
Live PD.
Right.
Zag.
Right. Bush People.
Oh, the Bush People. God.
It's funny. All comedies.
And America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, it's a laugh riot. Johnny, after last episode, I queued up my favorite, what I call fall videos of people falling, and I was in tears.
It just gets you.
I wish I could show you one right now because it would make you laugh. But I'm not going to. We've got to get to business.
We've got to get through it because a lot happened.
We need to go to one of our new sponsors. I think we have a sponsorship from Ewok Cafe.
Oh, delicious.
I'm going to play it right now.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back. This episode of Zag is brought to you by the Ewok Cafe, Pittsville's only Star Wars-themed Chinese internet food cafe, located in the heart of beautiful downtown Pittsville, between the vacant lot where the potato barn used to be and Regina Jean's hair and nails. The Ewok Cafe is offering a special to Zag Nut listeners this week, 45 minutes of web access, an order of Han Solo Main, and your choice of fountain drink for $15.99. Support our sponsors. Come on down to the Ewok Cafe. I'm so happy to have Ewok Cafe.
I've been trying for a while. I'm in there all the time.
Have you?
I was just there the other day because I had to get some work done.
Yeah.
Brought the computer down. Well,
the access to the internet is really a bonus because there are so many hot spots in Pittsville. Dead spots in Pittsville.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of people don't understand that a lot of the country is inaccessible.
We struggle with connectivity.
If you zoom out from Pittsville, we're right in a gulch. The whole town is in a gulch.
That's a good word for it, a gulch. In fact, I was in the library the other day for a mini TED Talk. It was called TED Pittsville. It was actually the librarian was just telling us the rules of how to behave in a library. So I was listening. She mentioned in the history of Pittsville, it was almost called Pittsville Gulch.
Pioneers often would, we still have, I think we should be like a sort of a national landmark. The number of wagons and caves that we have that are still being discovered, populated with the remains of starved pioneers. Settlers. They didn't make it because they
did not.
They're trying to get
they made it to the
through
gulch.
the pass and
stuck in the
they got gulched. So what I'm saying is, even to these days, it's hard for people to bring enough sort of infrastructure.
Yeah, and bandwidth. That's the word for
down
it.
Into Pittsville.
Yeah, it's interesting because as we talk about Pittsville, because we're family. Pittsville's a big family. It's sometimes hard to reconcile the pride of being from Pittsville with the history of no one really ever having it as a goal to be here. We are an accidental
I think
city.
That's the story of America. I think that is just the story.
No one wanted to be here.
Well, we're all still scrapping it out.
Yeah.
We're
I think basically the credo, if you will, for America should be, I'm getting the hell out of somewhere else.
And you know what? I'm going to throw a little thing on top of that. Come on to Pittsville.
Yeah. If you think it's bad where you are, come to Pittsville,
It's great.
It's better than that, maybe.
Well, it depends on where you're from.
Yeah, if you're from Beverly Hills, it's probably going to be a big downgrade.
It depends what you're looking for. I'll tell you,
civilization.
The Han Solo Main
yes.
at the Ewok Cafe, it's
delicious.
It is delicious.
And now, how they got the sprinkles in there without Well,
this is the thing. It's a fusion. Pittsville has a whole cuisine scene. I think Guy Fieri should come and do, because we have a whole fusion of America. We have two Chinese restaurants. We have the Ewok Cafe.
And the Wok Wok Cafe.
The Wok Wok Cafe, formerly the Christopher Walk Inn, which was that.
Our people love puns and love the Han Solo Main.
I know.
It's great. You know what else we should do? And this is put a wild pitch out there. Mm-hmm. There's a TV show on Netflix that says, I'm hungry like Phil. And Phil Rosenthal.
Jewish gentleman?
He is a Jewish gentleman, God bless him. And
their God. Allah bless him.
I'm not sure that's accurate. But he is actually asking for people to say why he should go and go to their town and do a show from there. Oh. How much could our profile lift up from the Gulch if if we get Phil Rosenthal from Everybody Feed Me to come here.
From New York.
Actually, he's in Los Angeles. And I mentioned Beverly Hills. I got California on my mind.
California fever and a rainy day. That's a great Beach Boys.
Yeah, they were from the beach. Johnny, you're just like an encyclopedia of music knowledge.
I'm thinking of doing a music podcast next.
Whoa!
But that's for another day.
It won't be with me because I don't have a brain in my head for music
or ears. Anyway, so
ears,
Ewok Cafe, I recommend it.
Yeah,
I can't recommend it enough.
Wholeheartedly.
The internet is functional
at best,
and the food is really unique,
tolerable.
Yeah. So, but let's get down to brass tacks.
Let's do it.
Last time we left our daring adventurers, they were out on the dunes.
Led by Escape.
Well, Escape was not with them on the dunes.
Oh, right.
She was
back into the fray.
She was back
into
in the
fray. Marauder fight. But that question you posed earlier, are the Marauders possibly good? That would make Escape androgyne a bad. And I don't want that. Because I looked at that person as a hero.
This show does such a good job of knocking you off kilter. I mean, the anti-hero thing, it's just popular right now.
It's a vibe.
So, beginning of this episode, we left thinking they have the keys to the dune, which wasn't entirely true. The dune buggy. Wasn't entirely true. A dune doesn't have
a key, Johnny.
Well,
I hate to be the information queen here.
But they take the buggy anyway.
Right.
Because the janitor wires it up, does that cool thing.
Yeah.
They all pile in. They take it out across the dunes.
Now, remind everybody, who's in the buggy right now?
Okay. Janitor.
Right.
Bobby. Franny. And the rat.
Right. Why did they bring the rat?
This is, well, it's sort of a flashback, I think.
Right.
But that's one of the rules.
And the other thing that I noticed is when the rat gets in, new bandages on those wounds.
I know.
Somebody's caring for that.
I think it's Franny. And then the lesbians.
Right. Well, it's a big dune buggy.
It is. It's huge. It's like a monster truck.
Yeah. Maybe we downplayed it by saying
Did you see the monster truck jam on TV last night?
God, yes. Al loves that. I don't care for it, but I have to.
You don't like it?
No, but I was in the room just changing the IV, and I saw it.
The Scooby-Doo car. She was just tearing it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe we'll have to get the Monster Jam to sponsor us next time.
Oh, we should.
So they take the buggy.
Right.
They're out across the dunes. Beautiful.
Sunset.
Cinematic filming. I mean,
I don't know if it was a sunset or what you'd call dusk.
I thought maybe even it was just some sort of light poisoning.
Oh, I went to school on Long Island.
Yeah.
And the sunsets there were beautiful. And everybody said it was pollution from New York City. And I said, I don't give a shit. That looks great. But then I got kicked out. I've been to 4 different high schools. And the one on Long Island was really great. That one hurt.
Well, it's hard for you. I mean, I think a lot of people don't know we met in high school.
Right.
Senior year.
Right. Here. In Pittsville.
In Pittsville.
This was
Pittsville
my last
High.
stop. Last stop, Pittsville.
Yeah.
I had been in Pittsville before.
Go Gophers.
Yeah. Go Gophers. Keep digging. I'd been in Pittsville, but then, of course, sent away for different reasons.
Yeah, well...
The baby. And then kicked out of that school in Long Island, which was sad. Previous to that, I was kicked out of schools in Connecticut and another state I'm not very fond of, Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Long Island, back to Pittsville. That's my story.
And never to leave again.
No, I'm not allowed.
The Pittsville vortex has sucked you in.
I'm in the gulch to stay.
So, cinematic. Maybe there's pollution making the beautiful sunset.
Who cares?
It's beautiful. The sand is kicking up behind the buggy.
Right in their eyes, and they're blinded
They
temporarily.
didn't have goggles.
They don't have anything.
And then they come to this little shack.
Right. Well, it looks little.
It looks
the outside,
little. Exactly.
It's like one of those dreams you have when you're going into a little room and then you go in what you think is a tiny, tiny room.
Yeah.
Like an outhouse. And it turns into like the mall of Pittsville.
Well, the caverns and the catacombs beneath this thing.
Huge.
Trapdoor. He takes out the key.
He has the key.
And he uses it in the trapdoor. So it wasn't for the dune buggy.
But how did he know that was there? Or
I know.
Big Dave. Makes you wonder.
It does really make you wonder. As always. But now they're down in the catacombs. And the conversation starts.
Yeah.
Will we be safe here?
Who did this?
Who's to blame?
And I love this big question. The big question that culminated kind of, not in a mind meld between those lesbians, but just kind of them saying in unison, like, who's at fault?
And then,
who's at fault?
For the first time, we see them break the mind meld, and they go at each other.
They're fighting
and physical fist fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, the acting in this episode.
It was really brilliant.
If this doesn't win a daytime Emmy, I'm boycotting.
Yeah.
Hashtag boycott the daytime Emmys.
Yeah, it should win some awards because I, for one, I was jolted back in my seat thinking I could get hit by a loose flying.
Well, you have a 3D.
Yeah,
TV.
we have, and I have the goggles, 3D goggles. So it really looked like fists were flying.
They were, and I mean the fight choreography. I mean this thing went on,
and
for
the music.
7-8
Phil
minutes.
Collins, kudos.
I know. I got to say, Phil Collins. I reached out to him again because I felt it was bad the way
things are with us.
But no response. But I wanted to say,
I did get a response.
You did?
Just yesterday in the mail.
What?
It was a cease and desist.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much it said.
But that's not from Phil. That's from a lawyer.
It was from his lawyer.
That's different.
Close, Johnny.
My lawyer doesn't speak for me.
Well,
I mean,
your
not
lawyer
anymore.
doesn't speak to you.
I guess that's...
He will not represent you anymore.
No. So, bad example.
Yeah. But Judith doesn't speak for you. You could say that.
That's true.
Thor doesn't speak for you. We could make a long list of people that do not speak
That's my
for
point.
you.
That's my point. So
Right.
Phil maybe he probably doesn't even know.
About the cease and desist?
Exactly.
Okay, because let me just read the language.
Yeah.
As per Phil Collins.
Lawyer.
No.
Oh, this is you're actually reading it.
I'm reading it to you.
Oh, I see.
As per Phil Collins, at his request, I am telling you to cease and desist all attempts to contact Phil Collins.
I can't follow the legalese, though.
It's a lot of verbiage in there.
It's not a word. I heard someone else use that the other day.
Well, it's a lot of nomenclature.
And you speak
It's
German,
vernacular.
but I don't speak German.
No, I don't speak German. I don't even like to hear Al talk in German in his sleep. You know what, Johnny? I feel like we need to go to another sponsor break. We have so many sponsors now.
People are really hopping on the sponsor train.
Well, because
and we only have to pay them like
$10 per episode. It's a steal.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly.
And I think we are so close to buying a microphone of our own. We can give this one back to the library. Won't they be happy?
Well, that's why you probably were called in to the TED Talk.
That could have been it. Well, let's just go to our next sponsorship. It's another podcast here in Pittsville.
Which I have to say,
Pittsville podcasts
blossoming,
are blowing up.
I mean, Pittsville is famous for a lot of things. The Gulch, number one.
Right.
Which, again, national landmark, Mr. President, if you're listening.
I don't think he is.
Well.
To anyone, ever.
You never know.
Anywhere.
That's kind of what we like about him.
Yeah. Keep it to yourself.
We're famous for the Gulch. We're famous for Chinese ice cream fusion food. I mean, it's a revelation.
And our bandwidth.
We're famous for our bandwidth.
Fusion.
Gophers. I mean, three-time quarterfinal runner-ups. That is not every high school.
That's not every town. Not every town can be our town.
So, now our podcasts.
Blowing it up.
Let's listen to our newest sponsor from another Pittsville podcast.
Welcome to our new sponsor, Meditation with Jane, a podcast in the Pittsville podcast family. Apparently, after Zag took off like a Hindenburg, podcasters in Pittsville have been coming out of the cobwebs. We welcome them to the family. Now, Meditation with Jane started out as a community service / public service probation order, but it's doing so much good for so many people. You know, they say probation is the mother of invention, and we here at the Zag podcast all tune into Meditation with Jane when we need to cool down. Fun fact, our Jane from Zag is actually cousins with the Jane from Meditation with Jane. So tune in and calm down. And we're back. God, I have listened to that meditation exercise, and I think you know, it's my cousin Jane.
I know.
She's got a temper.
She's something else, isn't she?
Yeah. She has lost it many times, and apparently this is all on the road to getting back to quasi-normal for her.
Remember that time she came at me with a barbecue skewer?
Oh, she was pissed. I mean, drunk and angry.
Ooh.
She's like the firebrand of our family tree.
Yeah.
She once offered to take Al out, and I was like, Al's married to me. What are you going to take him out for?
And firebrand is a good word, because remember that time she came at me with a brand? And yes. She got me that time. She didn't get me with the skewer, but she got me with the brand.
Not only did she come at you with the brand, she came at you with a torch. So a firebrand. She really does.
She's like a one-woman mob.
She hits all the nails.
She's a one-woman angry mob.
She is. And, if Al wasn't married to me, maybe he'd want her to take him out. But
no such luck.
No, married. To me.
So... They go down into the catacombs. They're fighting. They're arguing.
The lesbians are fighting.
Up. They split up.
Oh, it was heartbreaking for me because I've always wanted to enjoy seeing gay people happy, and I didn't enjoy it, and now I don't get to. Well, maybe they'll make up.
I don't know. This is the thing. It feels like there's factions. So we have Big Dave.
Big Dave is off with Chard.
Yep, Chard and Franny.
Right.
She's a child. She can't really.
Oh, she's not. Let's not even. That's, we don't know what she is. And
fair enough.
She's probably straight. Let's just hope that.
Yeah.
So we've got Shay.
Yep.
And
Bobby.
Well, no. There are two factions now.
Yep.
That have started down in the catacomb.
Yep.
We've got Chard.
Yes.
Big Dave.
Yep.
And Franny.
Yes.
On the other side, which is it's like an equal ring match.
Oh yeah.
We've got Shay, Bobby, and the rat,
and the janitor.
Right, but he's holding the rat.
Right, and maybe you're right. That's a good point, actually, to single out the rat.
Well, the rat chose which side to go on, and that tells me something. Didn't go with Franny, who we think was taking care of him.
And then the infamous fight. I mean, they just
it was like a bloodbath.
It was literally because Bobby,
had decapitated.
Was decapitated.
But I still am holding out hope, Johnny, that they can put it back on.
The only reason I'm holding out hope with you is because this seems like a flashback.
Right. You know what I love?
But they're not clear.
I love about Dindon Lindincoff is he never worries about telling the audience what they need to follow the story.
No, he trusts us implicitly.
Right. It's like, you're on your own, good luck, God bless.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's so much trust.
Yes.
It's like he's holding us in his loving hands and then
like a little
dropping
bird.
us like a pile of crap right onto the ground.
Or into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, like swim or
Sink
die.
Or swim.
Yeah, was that it? Sink or swim, right. But I think the implication is you die.
Yeah, you
Live
could.
or die.
Live or die.
Ride or die.
Ride till I die.
In some cases, that's true. If you don't, drink and you get dehydrated on a big bike ride, you could die.
Well, I thought it...
From exhaustion and dehydration, is what I'm saying.
Okay. The melee ensues. Bobby's decapitated. They all scatter.
Right.
And then the camera's shaky.
What a poignant moment when you zoom in and that rat is just sobbing. I never saw a rat cry before, but that rat is so sad about Bobby. And it's just like... Tick, tick, tick.
I know. Eating this flesh around his neck.
But in a loving way, I think
when you're an animal, that's
love.
how you do it.
Yeah. What a good meal.
For the rat.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously,
Yeah, Bobby doesn't care.
Big Dave stays with Bobby.
Sobbing, too.
Which is very interesting.
Very emotional.
And then the camera, shaky, follows down the long
I'm going to go out on a limb and say production-wise, that was handheld.
Oh. You think so?
Either that or...
CGI.
No. Remember, they're completely non-CGI. That's right. I think it was either handheld or maybe on a rope.
Maybe. I've never heard of a camera on a rope. Rope-a-dope. Soap on a...
It's called Rope-a-scope.
Rope-a-scope. That could be a good sponsor.
We could
reach out to them.
Let me just say that they are onto something.
And they follow Franny, and she's running, she's crying, she's freaking. She's freaking out. And then she comes across.
Bobby and Franny were close, and it just made me wonder, why did they go on opposite teams?
Exactly. The whole
they were
group
all so
was
close. Yeah. And we don't really know why they started fighting him. The lesbians set it off, I think.
I think so, too. So, and it was hard to follow. I got to go back and watch it.
And it's not unusual. Like, if you look back at Stonewall, it was the lesbians.
Because the stone walls in the catacombs you're talking about.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so they're following her down, and it's a stone hallway with stone walls.
Right.
And Franny is the one who comes across the wounded marauder.
Right. And
how did the marauder get there?
Exactly. That was my first thought. How'd you get in? Because they are way far away from the door we saw them come in. So, obviously, another entrance.
And how far do these tunnels go?
How far
do they lead right to the Enclave?
Do they? That's the big question.
That's the big Dave question because he's the one who knew.
And Dave's the one leading the way. So that tells me he does know where it goes.
Uh-huh.
And he's been there before. Because if you notice, there was, when they first go down, right even before the fighting starts, there's a pile of, like, I guess, whatever their current day, future, past, whatever, snacks. They're all Dave snacks, if you noticed. Acorns, cashews.
This is why another thing a lot of people may not know about this podcast is we do one watch, a watch and talk.
Yeah,
so we're fresh off first impressions.
Yep, I take notes, but I don't go back and look at it again
until after.
Right, and like you said before, repeated viewings are
key.
Are not only key but rewarded.
You start to see so much more. Many things.
Yeah.
So they meet the wounded marauder. They're with wounded Bobby. I mean, there's so much happening in this episode underground.
The marauder has a satchel.
Mm-hmm.
And in the satchel is like, you're not sure it's large, for a satchel. You think of satchel like a tiny one, but it's big.
No, this is like a messenger bag.
Yeah. And it's got a lot of stuff in there. And, I can't help but wonder if there's something in there that could help Bobby.
Well, I mean, that's a good point because they start pulling it out at one point.
Yeah.
Because Franny thinks maybe he has a weapon of some sort.
Right, and they're very worried. Like, he reaches for the satchel and they're all like, whoa. And they jump back.
And then he pulls out just some crumpled pieces of paper.
Yeah.
He's got that pouch of, I don't know what it is.
It looks like powder of some kind.
Some sort of powdered.
But it's like a mustard color.
He's got a compass. He's got just like metal shards. I guess.
Well, they're like weapony, but not.
They're not doing anything.
They're just not attached to anything.
It's like scrap metal.
Yeah, scrap metal.
So maybe you're right. There's a lot in there, and it's all over the place. So maybe the powder would help.
Right. And then we go to a commercial break, which I was like, no.
Not now.
I want to know.
I know.
But we did. We went to a commercial break, and maybe we should go to a commercial break.
Oh.
We'll honor.
We have three sponsors
We have
this
three.
Episode.
And this one is extra. This one cost $20.
We had to do
but it seemed worth it.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah. We had to take it up a notch. And this one's for Shag-a-Lag. Have you been?
Not yet.
Well, after this commercial, I think you're going to want to go.
Maybe.
All right, hold on.
Got to get out of the house sometimes.
Well, if Judith lets you. Welcome to our new sponsor, Shag-a-Lag, the only self-service laundromat in Pittsfield to offer liquor with your laundry. Come in on Saturday nights for a special Spin and Spinnaker. That's spin as in a free dryer run, and Spinnaker as in one free shot of Pittsfield's only brand of vodka. Not FDA approved yet, but always tasty. That's Shag-a-Lag Laundromat on the corner of Tremont and Squagler in downtown Pittsfield. So go down to Shag and tell them you heard about them on Zag. Shag at Zag.
Shag-a-Lag. I just made a Spinnaker reference earlier.
You did, and that's why I said, hold on to your butts, Johnny, because Shagalag. I was going to take Al there last week because, well, I didn't want to do his laundry in our machine for obvious reasons. So I went down there. I was shocked. It was a Saturday night. Place was hopping. There were like 9 people in there, and I was there just in time for the shots. It was a free shot of Spinnaker vodka. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've had it, but boy,
I've had it.
It's zingy.
Boy, it gets
it's got a zingy taste, not like tangy, but zingy. No, like you think you're drinking something electrical.
Yeah, well, it's really high alcoholic content. It's high proof.
Yeah, it's something like 48%.
That's another thing Pittsville has.
Yeah, high proof vodka made here.
Yeah,
by Pittsvillians.
Local.
Very local.
You could talk about home brew. You could talk about microbreweries.
So crafty.
It's like we've been doing this forever.
We've been doing this for years because nobody can get a liquor license.
We've been running moonshine.
You know, Johnny, that's funny because the very first attempt at a brewery was called Pittsville's Gulch.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the feds.
Broke that up, and then Hoover got involved, and prohibition.
I mean, that we could do a whole podcast about the history of Pittsville.
Pittsville. I'd call it Pittsville Gulch because you know what? That's what we were supposed to be called, apparently.
Let's be proud of our heritage.
Yeah, nobody wanted to be here. Embrace it. That's what I say.
Go Gophers.
Go dig. Dig a hole. You know, it's funny because when I first met Al, he would always say I was digging a hole. And I was like, you know what? I'm a beaver. I'm proud.
Gopher.
Right.
You're thinking of Pennsylvania. I'm
thinking about the school on Long Island when we were the Beavers. Yeah.
I was on Long Island?
Yeah, Long Island Beavers. It was the only high school on Long Island.
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. It was just for that 4-year stint that I would have been in that school. It was the only one.
Boy, I got to learn more about the history of New York.
Well, it's not New York, it's Long Island.
So I'm thinking of Long Island. You know me, I don't know my geography. Mm-mm. I know my Pittsville geography.
Well, sure, who doesn't? Because you live right above the Gulch. I mean, what would be considered Gulch proper.
I live there now, but I grew up
in the Gulch,
in the heart of it.
Right. When I was growing up, we used to call you guys Gulchworthy.
Oh yeah.
It was like
Gulch rats.
We thought it was like really cool.
If you tell me, how do I get to, any number, Eddie Jorgen.
Yeah.
I could take you to Eddie Jorgen's house, take a left down Squagler.
Right on Prepubescent Lane.
That'll take you right past. You're going to see where the old nail factory used to be.
Right.
You go by the old nail factory, straight to the vinyl store, which is there now.
Right.
And right next to that is Eddie Jorgen's grandmother.
Right. And he lives right behind the grandmother.
He lives right behind her in, I guess you'd call it a tree house.
Well, yeah, but it has its own address, right?
It does. It has its own mailbox.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. And then I'm at Eddie Jorgen's and they say, hey, can you take me up to the caves?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go back down Pubescent, keep going right on Squagler. You're going to take a left on Old Quarry. Misnamed because there was going to be a quarry.
Right.
And they dug that, they blew that hole out of the side.
There's nothing but fabric.
Right.
Which was weird.
Well, I think it's from the...
I think it was from some of the settlers.
Yeah, I mean, that was the time. Yeah.
So you take a right on New Quarry.
You take a right on New Quarry once
I know where you're going with the caves.
Exactly.
Right.
And you're going to... you got to get out. You got to park. You got to get out. You got to hike in. And that is actually... it's not public land. So you got to be careful.
Right. I believe the McGarvers own that.
Yeah,
and they are gun happy.
Yeah.
They have a lot of shotguns.
But I'll take you there. And I guess my point is I'm not good at geography outside of Pittsville, so I don't know anything.
So you're confused about New York.
Speaking of confusion.
Yeah, go on. I know where you're headed.
So let's just do it right at the end here because we're kind of coming up. I mean, there was just a few more minutes in the episode.
Right.
And not a lot happened. But my question to you...
I'm sorry, Johnny. Can you say that again? Not a lot happened?
I mean, compared to other episodes.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right.
Here's my question
We're going to agree
you.
to disagree.
Well, here's my question.
Yeah.
And you can make your point.
All right.
Do you think, personally, that the Marauders are bad or good? Go. Time's on the clock.
I'm going to say I'm not sure. I feel I want them to be good, but the implication that makes the skivvies bad, skiffies bad, that hurts my heart, to think that, because I've kind of become fond of them.
Yeah.
I'd like them both to be good. Is that possible? Can I choose C? Both
but they're
good?
battling each other.
I know, but maybe for a common cause we don't know about.
I don't know. I mean, in all the
I'm not
wars...
sure that's how battles work.
In all the wars in history...
Yeah.
There's never been two good sides going at it.
Well, I mean, in World War II, you had the U.S. and England, both good sides.
Yeah.
And we fought each other all the time. Over women, bars, candy, again.
Well, this is an interesting thing. So you're saying maybe it's more of a familial dispute.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Johnny, I'm not saying, I'm hoping.
All right, you're okay.
And here's another hope I have.
Yeah.
The powder that we saw, the Marauder, who is finally named Zag. Mm-hmm. So finally, Zag, goes to hand the powder, and some trickles onto Franny's arm. Mm-hmm. Franny, in a fit, I guess, of worrying about Bobby, runs back, and the powder trickles off of her arm onto Bobby's bare neck.
Yeah.
And then some more trickles on his torso, which is, a couple feet away. And I'm just hoping at the beginning of the next episode...
So here's
my
prediction. Yeah. Here's my prediction. This is not actually a flashback. They're tricking us.
It's now.
It's now. And I think Bobby's dead.
Oh, man.
And I think the Marauders are good.
All right, Johnny.
And the reason I'm going to say it's not a flashback because I can hear the keys clacking away right now.
Yeah.
How is it not a flashback if Big Dave's in it?
You know what? They have a point, those click-clackers.
I don't think Big Dave ever died.
That is criminally insane. We were at his funeral. They were trying to name him, Johnny.
But maybe it was sort of a birth ritual.
Oh, I don't think so.
You know me. I like to gamble.
I'm holding out hope.
I like to gamble. Hope. I'm going out on a limb. I'm going for it. Because if I'm right...
I'm with you on wanting the Marauders to be good, but I also want the... Oh, pardon me. I
know, this stupid
beat
library.
The crap out of that. I have to take it back today. I'm holding out hope that they're both good. And I'm holding out hope Bobby's alive.
All right, so that's what you want, but let's hear your prediction. What's your real prediction?
I'm going to go with my hope.
Wow. There you go. I mean,
that's all we have. What else could we have?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and of course, it ended the same way it always does, with an incredible new original take on the same music we've seen throughout.
With some vocals.
With some vocals, new.
Yeah.
Vocals that seemed almost angelic.
Yeah, I've never heard him go that high.
I don't think it was him. It was a woman. That's what I think.
I know. And it was gentler.
Yeah, it was like
I don't know anything about music, really.
Really?
But I know
that's
what I
clear.
like.
Yeah.
And I like
it's
that.
Like pornography. You know what you like when you see it. That's the saying.
Believe me.
Yeah. All right. Well, next episode is episode 8. And
we're getting there.
I know. Wow. I'm not sure if you heard about this, Johnny, but I sure did. Episode 8 actually combines 9 and 10. So the next time we speak, it's the end of the first season.
I saw that actually.
It's a 3-hour, one episode in 3 parts called episode 8, 9, and 10.
TV guide.
So looking forward to the next episode that wraps up the season. We're going to have to take at least 8 hours to debrief on that one.
Oh, man.
So look for the next podcast to be about 8 hours long.
No kidding.
No kidding. All right. Well, keep in touch, all you people. Hit us up with the Twitter, Facebook, the Pooch Us. All right.
It's full circle. All right, that's all we have.
Next time.
Stay zaggy.
Get zaggy with it. Ding, 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 ding.